So, is there really a short of energies? Well, I'm not too sure. I mean, just like Selangor, the study by Shabazz told that Selangor must quickly build the tunnel to bring water from Pahang, otherwise all of us are going to dry out and no water to drink, no water to wash our clothes. And the Shabazz have an interest in it. Similarly, our energy companies telling us that we need all these things for the energy securities. I think Gumi has handled the issues of securities well, because essentially what the governments talk about energy security is about energy reserve. We have 40% of energy reserve, paying a big sum of money to YTL and many of the independent power producers in order to keep this reserve, high percentage of reserve. And so much so that we as consumers has to pay high petrol, but the IPP, the independent power producer, continue to enjoy subsidies. So we are not against efficient distribution of subsidies. If we can cut down petrol consumption, yes, we're quite happy. Unfortunately, we see that subsidies has gone to specific sectors and not to the general consumer. I would like to come back to the issues of nuclear energies. Even among Pakistans, we have very little discussion and very little informed discussion, because we are almost on a regular basis bombarded by the pro-nuclear propagandas, and constantly being told that this is the only way to achieve the PM's target of 40% cut in the carbon emissions. Well, in a way, they are just, if you want to look at the figures, yes, if you cut down, but which is not true for Malaysia, because we don't use so much coal to burn our energy anyways. I don't know how this will directly contribute to the cuts of the carbon emissions. In China, maybe. In India, maybe. But Malaysia, this was used as a justification. And we also, therefore, in these situations, we are faced with a situation that almost certain the government want to go for nuclear. This Japanese nuclear crisis is being responded to by politicians typically saying that don't panic, don't be emotional over this. This is just one case. And this is a standard operation procedure for any disaster from Malaysia. We have the bird flu, no, don't panic. We have JE, don't panic. We have H1N1, also the government come back to have no panic. So if you have JE, the government's immediate actions is to get all the ministers to eat a lot of pots, and so that to show that we are safe. If we have a nuclear fallout, you will see people, you know, waving uranium rocks and say it's okay. So that's our typical response. But I'd like to say this, because from what we see, the procedure, mostly is going to put in what's it called, 50 million. This morning, we heard them say that they're going to put in 50 million for open tenders for consultants that's going to tell us how to construct and what technology to use. So 15 million is a big sum of money. We have paid all this money to consultants. That's just the consultants. We have committed 16 billion for the building of nuclear plant. 16B. So, I mean, we spent 16 billion. And we know from the renewable energy, 20 years, if we can put in 16 billion, there will be more than sufficient to create a I think, a reserve of about 30% of the energy coming from renewable energy. But the government is saying that solar panel and the other options are too expensive, and they couldn't do it. And now they're talking about 16 billion for nuclear plant that is cheap, and therefore we can use it. Finally, I think it is not the issues of option. It's not issues about choosing. We don't even want to go blanketly saying that all countries do not need nuclear power. Although privately I would say so, but I think we still can debate about it. The issue now that in Malaysia politicians make decisions for technicians. I don't think we are even going to choose the best suitable nuclear technical advice. I think finally it comes down to commissions, come down to down payment for political funds, and so on and so forth. And lately, I think Peter Chin's a bit quite dejected, because he is of the opinion he was being assigned to go look around for different type of technology, and I think in the process he was in favor of the Korean's option because it's supposed to be cheaper, and probably the Korean pay him some commission. I'm not sure about that, but that is something quite common. So, but when the decisions of this recommendation go to the cabinet and go to to the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister said no. This thing has to come back to my department. I'm going to make a choice. So I'm making a very bold statement here, because from all other different cases, I will tell you here, and we can record it. Eventually, we're going to get a French nuclear reactor. And this is something that has been sealed long ago, because we have bought 2 submarines that cannot sink. And that's, when we buy that, already the French already put down the down payment, so that we are going to be committed to the French nuclear reactor. So all this wayang they're trying to go for Japan, for all other things, this is going to come down to nothing, because we are committed to Paris. If you still remember, in Paris, our Prime Minister had a very romantic moment, but it ended up to be quite a bad memory. But whatever it is, he owed our international power a favor that he has to commit to a French nuclear reactor. So with this, we can see we are not even in the technical sense making the wisest choice. It is all about power play. It's about commissions. It's about international power relations. So now we're getting it. We do not know where is the site. According to the Malaysian Nuclear Societies, which they claim that they lost 1 generation, they used to identify about 46 places around Semenanjung, Malaysia, where potentially can build nuclear plants. And according to them, because they are not here, but from what they told the parliamentarian, all 46 has been not suitable because of the development. There's no way. If 1 generation ago we identified 46 places, and today none of them is available, I'm not sure we still have any place to put it. But anyway, our Prime Minister is going to say it's safe. Worst come to worst, it will be put in Putrajaya as a showcase. But not to worry. Not to worry. If you go by Malaysian records, it's going to be another white elephant. There will be no nuclear rod in there. There will be nothing. It will be just a good structure, and we're going to have a look, and we'll spend 16 billion there, but not causing any public hazard. So I hope with that, we should be able to sleep well tonight. Thank you very much.